live stream in a very long time. And today we're going to be talking about the Voting Rights Act and what the GOP is at it again. And we're not talking about the grand old party, we're talking about the grand old perverts and the grand old pedophiles.
All right. And we are honoring today one of the baddest person. Well, they're not bad. They're not bad. He's not bad. Steve Bannon think he's evil, but in a good way. We're honoring Mark Elias because he has really defended and fought very hard for our rights. And to the Democrats, get your tired ass in there and help this brother out. Or, you will see me making a video out of you all. So, on with the live stream. Here we go.
And today we'll be in the Voting Rights Act. We have this book right here, and this book right here is trying to get us back to slavery. This right here, unequal, called created equally. We were never created equal in the United States to begin with in the first place.
You know, you know who that is on that book, don't you?
Our favorite house slave, Clarence Thomas. And look at the people that endorsed the book. We had the first corrupt Attorney General, Ed Meese III. Remember the corruption of Ed Meese III during the Reagan administration, Ed Meese III. Then there's Senator Mike Lee of Utah. This is the one that made fun of the Minnesota situation in Minnesota in that Twitter handle. And the worst part about Senator Mike Lee, he is the cousin of one of the great Udall families, of Mo Udall in the Udall family. Cousin. And his brother is a Supreme Court justice in Utah. And then there's Mark Levin, the pro-war neocon conservative. And then my other favorite, the shut up and sing woman, Laurel Ingraham, that used to work for Clarence Thomas. Wow.
So, while we're trying to do this live stream over here, the bottom line is that we want people out there to know that we are upside down, sideways to Sunday, and I don't want to say the word, it's like you can't see it on YouTube because they have to change all their words. But in the meantime, um, we just want people to make more videos in regards to our freedom. And I mean, I know everybody on their YouTube lives and making videos and staying their Substacks and uh, talking about Epstein, but hey, right now we in a dangerous spot, a very dangerous spot, and um, the bottom line is we got to come with it. This is no joke, and I don't know about you all, but I don't want an oligarch. And I want democracy for all of the Gen Z, all of the younger people. And I just want to tell the Democrats that, that's another thing on their rap is that they got to move some of these old people out. And even though I'm 70 myself, it's still you guys' time to fight for for your legacy because the way it looks now, your legacy, you won't have one. And that's why they're trying to move these voting rights in Texas, and Texas is having a very hard time. And so we have a person on Democracy Docket. Please subscribe to his channel because he gives out the facts. He's over there and he's killing the game. That's my favorite, Mark Elias. I get up every morning and I look for what he writes. I put comments, and I'm in everybody's comments. I know you probably figured that out by now, but I put those comments there for people to know because a lot of times people don't know where to go because the legacy media and the mainstream media has crashed the set. So you all need to hop on over there to the independent media who's actually giving out the facts. And that's what we need because we've been lied to so much during this time. And it's time for you all to excuse me, excuse me, get on over there to independent media because we have a lot of people over there. And like I say, all respect to Mark Elias. If Steve Bannon can say something positive about somebody, shout out to Steve. You know, I give him his props too. But I'm not gonna stay on Steve too long. But the bottom line on this is, for as our voting rights, uh, this man here. Uh, I, I I got so much to say about this man, but we got this book because we like to read.
Yeah, we do. We love to read. We live at the library all the time. Clarence Thomas, that is just that is just insane.
I like this comment. Don't be racist. Not racist. No, 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 not racist. Just being for real. And right now, it's hard hearing the truth. The truth is one of the hardest things to hear. And of course, I have a mixed family, so I don't think I'm racist. I love my
And
family.
and here's the thing about being racist. If you look at the NAACP definition of racist, it is bigotry combined with power. If you enforce your views with power, that's when you're a racist. If you don't have the race, that's what being a racist is.
I see this comment about we don't care. That's why we where we at now, cause you don't care. But you would care once you find out that it was it might have been our skin that might have offended you, but now you're faced with your skin, whatever color or race you may be, you're faced with uh, that light skin ain't hitting it no more because whatever happened in the big beautiful bill, it's gonna affect all of us, not just one race. It's
It's
gonna.
not as nice, and it's nothing beautiful about the big beautiful bill. It's the big collective punishment, big genocide bill.
But we're going to get back to the voting rights. What we came on here today is we want everybody to vote and to vote and be knowledgeable in voting, to be able to make the right choices, to read, because a lot of times people don't people don't read, and that's a problem. And so when you don't read and when you don't educate yourself, you make really bad choices. That's one of the things that. And I like Jasmine Crockett. Y'all probably go crazy when I say that, but in the meantime, you know, it's if somebody get on there and say you're low propensity voters, that takes you down to a level like, you dumb and you stupid. I didn't get on here to say nobody was dumb and stupid. I just basically said if you read a little bit more and looked at your choices that you had, Google or whatever you want to do, just get on there so that you can, uh, so you won't have these atrocities like. Uh, Texas is having right now when they're trying to move the map. They already redid the map. I mean,
22 to 13, 23 to 13 to be exact. 23 to 13 to be exact. And now, if they succeed in doing this in Texas, it's going to be 30 to 8. 30 to 8 just in Texas. And then they're spreading it to places like in my state of Missouri, for example, and make it from a 6-2 map to a 6-1 map. And that one representative in Missouri that will be eliminated is Emmanuel Cleaver if they succeeded in doing that in Missouri.
and one thing I had promised my son, if we got up on here on YouTube, we didn't get up here to hand you no bullshit. We not about that because we are definitely readers. We in the game for people, Gen Z, and everybody that's after. What's the other generation? Gen Z. Everybody that's much younger, way younger.
Generation Alpha.
Alpha, that's the baby generation. This is your world. What kind of world do you want to live in? Do you want to wake up in the morning and have somebody picking out the color of your drawers? I don't think so. Because I'm figuring out that everybody on this set can, make decisions for themselves. You don't need anybody making them decisions for you. But if you taking it to a new level, and like I said, you reading, getting on these Substacks, uh, looking at the choices that you have. And we got a lot of choices because for years we had the mainstream media and the legacy media, newspaper. They wasn't giving us the facts, and now the majority of those people have left and are building their networks. And as I said, Mark Elias is one of the people that's out here and fighting hard. And it just shouldn't be one person fighting for our rights. We should all jump in and fight. This is a fight for our life. You know, I'm not gonna go off on a Martin Luther King excursion. We shall overcome. I'm not doing that today. In this moment in time, it is what it is what your life, my life. You know, hell, I just want to know that I don't know what age group that who I'm talking to, but what I'm saying to each and every one of y'all, I'm 70, okay, and I want to see y'all make it to 70. Shit, did you see that rollout last week? Folks was dying, dropping like flies left and right, and I don't see a lot of the younger generation living. And why is that? Why is that? I just want to see you all have a life, um, enjoy your life, make the appropriate decisions. Get out here and get with people that's not gonna lie to you. And if somebody do lie to you, you call it out for what it is. Because we got too many people out here with this damn imposter syndrome that's basically not saying how they feel, because we got click and subscribe. We got that. We got people that you know basically want to prove something to somebody else when they ain't proving shit to their damn self. And that's the problem that I have, because it's your life, one life at a time, one breath at a time. You make your decisions. If you make a mistake, hey, those mistakes can be corrected. But if you're not out there trying to get that information in your head, trying to educate yourself, trying to read, because uh, and when I held up this book, somebody said I was racist. If that's the case, this brother, I think he racist, because bottom line,
Racist towards his own people and betraying them.
yeah.
That's what he's doing.
And I would never thought in this lifetime that uh, I can't really say black, because I ain't all the years I've been here on this earth, and he got
He's a
his
disgrace to Thurgood Marshall.
agenda, and I guess you can say we got ours. But in the meantime, this is a brother right here that's trying to take our rights away. We didn't read all kind of books on him. And a matter of fact, this is my last book on Clarence Thomas. But and we watched, and I have watched him, not my son, because he wasn't born during that time. But I have
I was only
looked.
2 years old during the Clarence Thomas and
I
Nita
I
Hill
have
years.
looked at his behavior, and it's really bad. It's really sad, you know. And if they want to sit up and the judges want to say that we in a constitutional crisis, hell, who put us in a constitutional crisis? Who put us there? The judges put us there. You know, they put us there. And so now, what they got to do is turn it around. If you don't have respect for the rule of law, if you don't have the respect for uh, the Constitution, if you don't have the respect for basically we the people, then there is a problem. But we all got to band together and just go out there. Hey, and I'm not trying to really change anybody's mind. I'm just saying that coming up, and you don't feel it now, uh, and this big beautiful bill that has been passed, it's going to take a lot of people out. And a lot of people are finding out right now from losing their jobs, from just by the droves, the agencies getting wiped out. You don't feel the effect of it now, but you will feel the effect of it. And you need to call your senators and your representatives to tell them to get on it. They need to do something about what this bill that they've taken and put all this money in the pockets of people that's rich. My thing is, okay, was you gonna ever ride with Elon Musk on his spaceship? No, you wasn't gonna get a ride. He wasn't gonna offer you no ride. You know, those came in, they tore up our life. And so this is gonna be hard to fix. It's not gonna be an easy fix. It is not gonna be an easy fix. And if you go down that path now, then you're gonna lose everything. This following people around is crazy as hell. You got a mind of your own, use it. I'm not a TikTok person. I like TikTok. I get on there and I watch all the TikTok stuff. I be scrolling, looking at TikTok stuff. But you know what? When you get my age, you ain't trying to do a whole lot of TikTok because you're trying to stay away from that dementia shit. That's what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
you trying to keep your
I'm trying to
mind.
I'm trying to do everything to keep my light bulbs working. And I want you all out there to think about when you go to vote, and just don't ever let nobody say that your vote don't matter. Your vote matters. Everything in this life. You do. It matters. And one of the things that I want young people to stop doing is to uh, be so hung up on if somebody don't validate you. Validate yourself. Validate yourself. And that's the problem that we having. We, hell, I had coming along in my era. There was Colts, you know. Shit, what's his name? Jim Jones and uh,
David Koresh,
David Koresh. You know,
R.J. Hubbard, the founder of Scientology.
we had cults, but what happens when the cults when the cult is over? When you have to when you don't get the information that you all want, just like I don't want to go down this Epstein alley, but that's everybody's talking about it. But the bottom line is when you step away, when all the truth comes out, I think it's kind of bad if somebody said that we're gonna go in here and we're gonna get out all the pedophiles and you all not getting any information on that right now. So that's kind of deceptive. I think you've been deceived.
The GOP, the grand old pedophiles,
So
and the grand old perverts, and the OPP, oligarchy, perverts, and pedophiles.
my thing is, once again, I want the young people to make uh, the correct and informed decisions. The only way you're gonna make those decisions is you're gonna have to step back and start reading, gathering information, looking at the people that you're voting for, vote, vote to on the down ballots, right?
Not just on the down balance.
But just when you vote, your vote counts. Don't think that you can sit at home and it's not gonna affect you, because it's gonna affect a lot of people. And like I say, right now you all don't feel the pain, you don't feel the scrutiny, but you will feel it because they took a lot out. You know, I would love to just go in and say all the agencies that's been eradicated. Nah, I ain't gonna do that because the water you breathe, you know, the water you drink, the air you breathe, um, and the land that grows our crops, all those have been taken out. Educational system taken out.
Linda McMahon.
You know, and hopefully, I just hope that everybody come around and stop having these in-house fightings like the Dems over there. Hey, I'll talk about them just as much as I talk about the Republicans, because they done some dumb shit too. But that's another story, another day. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be fair about it. I'm gonna come up here and say, hey, uh, it all matters. Your vote matters. What you say in life, it matters. You know, people might have been blowing you off and telling you that, oh, only the rich can say. No, you have a voice, you have a choice, and you can get out there and make that voice. But if we keep going down this route to oligarch land, you ain't gonna have no choice. You're not gonna have no choices at all. And so while you can make the decisions now, get out there and make the right decision. And like I said, today, Mark Elias, we just want to say that we really appreciate you and all the work that you have done for us. We want the Democrats to uh, get behind him, stop having this in-house fighting. We can do that at another time, another day, because he's done a lot, and it's time for you all to do more. So, Vaughn, you got anything you want to say?
What I want to say is that we have to stand together against the oppression that is the GOP, and stop the oligarchy that is coming. That's what we need to be doing. We need to stop the distractions over there. While people are talking about the Jeffrey Epstein and the P. Diddy over at this side, which they're wrong, they need to go to jail, and Jeffrey Epstein's dead. Good, over with. In my view, we need to be looking at not just your voting rights. You're going to be losing your job, your voting rights. That's what we need to be focusing on. And then when you're overseas, the war between Thailand and Cambodia, those are the things that we should be talking about.
Well,
And instead of this distraction and this behavior here.
well, what whatever happens, you know, we want you out there voting, and making the right choices. And
And being informed and reading and reading and being at, and if you have your local library, use your local libraries because you're going to about to be losing your libraries too because they're messing with the libraries and banning books just like the old Salem witch trials.
So, once again, this video was for Mark Elias. We just saying we really appreciate you. We hadn't did any live streams. I had to think about how you get on here and do a live stream, and you know. But anywho, my bottom line to you, to anybody that came to this uh, to listen to us, we appreciate it, and we hope you come back. And on that note,
We're out.
we're out. The hell?